Hey everybody, welcome to my podcast, Becoming Your Own VIP, Mind, Body, and Soul. I'm your host, Rebecca McCants, and today I wanted to talk about the things we say and think that actually hurt ourselves. You can say being negative towards yourself, being toxic to yourself. Some people just say it's being real. But when you really listen to your thoughts and listen to what actual words are being said about your day-to-day life, about what you're currently experiencing, what are those words? And would you say that to someone else when they come to you about that same situation? So I bring this up, one, for our daily battles that we go through. Again, it could be within our mind, and it could be within our outer world. I think the biggest thing I want you to realize is that if you're experiencing something in the outer world, what is it teaching you? What is it showing you? So many of us don't realize how much the outer world is your teacher. If things are going well, you're in alignment. If things are not going well, something is out of alignment. Something's not speaking true within your soul. Whether you're doing something that you're happy in or whether you're doing something you're not happy in, something is happening where you're out of alignment if things are not happening the way you had planned. And I open this door to you to again have you go inside. And when I say go inside, what is your heart, your soul telling you that it wants for your life? And are you living it? Are you pursuing it? And really listen to, again, the words you're saying, the things you're thinking, and what's happening while I say this. Okay, so we have a want and a need to just be happy, to be at peace, to be at safe. And we would love for it to be instantly provided right there by the person that we've dreamed of having by our side as our companion through life. Whether it is the finances that will allow us to go forth and do all those beautiful things we've dreamed of doing, whether it's travel or just getting up and going and have a nice dinner, going to a movie, or whatever it is that you're looking to fund in your life, whether it's a career, helping out a family member in need. In the Bible, it's being the lender and not the borrower. Whether it is that you just would rather be sitting doing anything other than what you're doing right now. So, how did you get here? What choices were made to get you here? Where do you feel you had to do something versus that's what you really wanted to do? And instead of placing that in someone else's hand to make that change for you, a companionship, the finances, whatever it is that you're looking for, are you looking for it to come through something outside of you, or are you actually actively making goals and plans and moving forward, taking action to achieve those things? Because those things won't come if you're not right within. And when I say right within, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, socially, and physically able to receive those things. So say, for instance, there's a career that you want, and in your mind, it's beautiful. But you're not looking at all the things that you would have to multitask, employees, things of that nature that will require of you. The time. Are you physically fit to be able to do so? Are you financially educated and emotionally intelligent so that you can handle the ups and downs of the fluctuations of the emotions as well as the financial aspects that will come with this business? Are you physically able to handle the hours that you might need to put in? Are you socially able to bring balance into your work as well as to your personal life, and balance not only your own personal needs and your solitude so that you can have that rest and retreat to recover, to replenish and restore, but your family and that the needs they have of you, as well as your lover, your companion, your partner, and your friends or your community. We're spread in so many directions. Are you ready within to handle what your dreams are? To ask for a dream is to ask, are you ready to receive it? And that is where we take accountability to say, you know what? I am going to ask for this. But to ask for this, much is going to be required of me to build me up so that I can receive. I'll give you an example in my own personal life. Oh, I've dreamed of having a happy marriage, a happy family life. But what about within me says I'm ready to receive that? Do you know your own needs? Do you know how to handle the ups and downs within your own life? Do you have the emotional intelligence, the emotional awareness, financial intelligence, financial awareness? Are you aware of the words that you use towards yourself? Are the thoughts that you say to yourself? Because if you're out of alignment with any of those things in your own realm, the minute you bring in a partner and all of their realm, and that y'all guys come together and your bubbles come into union, and you don't know how to handle yours, they don't know how to handle theirs, then how are you going to know how to handle it together? But if you know how to handle yours and they know how to handle theirs, that when you come together and you're saying, ooh, okay, so I know how to handle myself in this situation. They know how to handle themselves in their situation. But let's face it, I'm me, they're them. They have their own opinions on how we should go, how we should move, how we should strategize to conquer what we're currently facing within our relationship. So, honey, let me tell you about what I feel, and let me be receptive to how you feel, and to not be so direct and controlling in knowing that my way is right and that your way is wrong. Because this is two of us right now. So how are we going to move together powerfully to overcome this? To uplift and encourage ourselves as well as this relationship and what is the best for all parties involved. Now, if you don't even have that mindset in your own life and you're sitting here wallowing in the darkness, you're not going to be able to bring that light into the relationship. You're only going to bring darkness. Same with your work. Any goals and dreams you have, those dreams are so bright because they're beautiful, because there's something different than what you have right now. The secret is that you have to pull yourself out of the darkness first. Because it's already there. You just have to work towards that. And that part is, yes, sometimes wallowing in that mud, knee deep, waist deep, sometimes shoulder deep. And it feels overwhelming. It feels like you're not going to make it. It feels like that mud is coming up to your chin. It's coming up to your lips. It's coming up to your nose. It feels like you're sinking. You're going down. You don't know if you're going to make it. If I have to go to this job one more day, if I have to pick up this book to study one more day, if I have to argue with my partner one more time, I don't think I'm going to make it. And what I've learned is this is where gratitude comes in to realign you back into this way of thinking that says, you know what? If I have to go to this job one more time, I am grateful because I remember why I got in this job in the first place, to be of service, or this job is helping me meet my goal, or this book to go study right now. Maybe 2 years worth of reading right now. But after 2 years, I will graduate. I will receive my master's. I will receive the benefit and blessings of coming into opportunities of which this master's and will allow what I've worked towards to open those doors. That this relationship, I got in it because I love them. Let me show my gratitude and remember all the reasons why I love you. Look at all the blessings of what you face each and every single day, because that negative is so easy to creep in and so easy to swallow you up. What I'm asking of you today is to allow yourself to climb up out that mud and to surface into your light, a better mindset, and a better attitude of what you're currently facing. If you stepped into an opportunity and it was out of fear, it was out of pressure, it was out of what other people think you should do, it was out of what you think you should do, versus, is this in alignment with my path? Is this in alignment with my goal? Is this helping me get to my goal? If it's a no to that, then yes, it's time to reassess and to and place yourself on a path that will aid you in getting that goal. And yeah, maybe in a way that is more fulfilling, so that when you do hit those struggles, you'll just see it as a blip on the radar. Something easy to find a solution to and move forward. All of these things actually have a positive solution, a positive lesson, and a way of serving you, but it's the way you look at it. I will tell you right now, I would love to have the perfect picture story right here, right now. But if I was placed in that, especially let's say a couple years ago, when I had these things, superficially, I did have those things. It was provided to me. But some of those things that I accepted and agreed to were out of fear, out of loss, out of lack. Whether it's your job for finances, whether it's love because you don't want to be lonely, or your idealisms of love and the fulfillment that love brings, the fulfillment that money brings. But are you worthy? Is always those questions that sometimes self-sabotages us. And those are the things that you come into alignment with yourself before you come into partnership with that money, with that relationship, with that friendship, with that dream of traveling somewhere. Are you able to weather the storms that come with them? Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be that lovely picture that you had in your mind, but you wanted it. Are you equipped to weather the storm within yourself that is raging because of triggers that is happening, because of past pains and traumas and tribulations that are going to stretch you and grow you into the next level of yourself? These are the tests of life we have to face every day. Whether we have that perfect partner, that perfect job, that perfect finance, living in the Bahamas. You can always find something good. You can always find something bad. But where are you going to put your focus and your attention to? Because if it's the negative, that's all you're going to receive. You're going to see all the things that are bad about it. But what if you realign your thoughts with all the good things, even within yourself, which is what I'm saying is it begins with you. Because within you, if you know you are grounded, you know you have set your goals, and you are very much so aware of the yin and the yang within yourself and all the aspects within your life that you are dreaming of. And to be aware of, within myself, there's going to be challenges I'm going to face. And within all those things that I want in my life, there will be yin and yangs within them too. Whether that's immediately, 6 months from now, 5 years from now, 10 to 20 years from now. Whether it's been happening consistently every single day, or a roller coaster of ups and downs. Can you weather the storms? Can you see what you're currently facing and find the positive solution to overcome it? Because if it's happening every day, there's something for you to look at. There's a solution there waiting for you to find. There's something that's asking you to remember why you even accepted and agreed to this choice. What was there to learn? And when it comes to your partner, when it comes to your money, when it comes to your dreams, things change because you grow. Your perceptions of it change. They change. Your partner is going through their own growths and stretches, trials and tribulations. They have a lot of outside influences, the same as you. Money does as well. Look at the stock market. Look at any events that go on in the world that are outside of it, where money was kind to you, where you were able to do anything you wanted to do. But with the time that ever we enter into, now you may need to be a little bit more frugal, budget, be a little bit more tighter with that, be a little bit more giving, where you may have been more tight-fisted because maybe you felt, I need this. Well, giving actually gives you more. You receive more by giving. Giving your love to others is not just monetary. It could be by a smile. It could be by charity of anything, of holding a door, sharing a kind, loving word. Those things that you give to others, those things you give to yourself. And if you're not giving it to yourself, ask why. I asked earlier, how are you talking to yourself, and would you say that to others? When you're talking about all these things that's happening in your life, if I came to you and said those exact same things, would you talk to me compassionately? Would you uplift me? Or would you say those things you just said that reinforces that negativity? And a lot of times that's not the case. You're going to uplift me. A lot of the times you're going to be like, well, I know there's something we could do here. And you're going to help try to find a solution for me. But so many of us are not finding that solution for ourselves or talking kindly and compassionately to ourselves. And it does start with you and how you're loving yourself, how you're talking to yourself, how you're thinking. And those things, quite frankly, can be tests. Asking of you, what are you going to choose? Are you committed to wanting a better life? Because if you're committed to wanting a better life, I need to test you that you're worthy of me, is what money is saying, is what a relationship is saying, is what the Bahamas is saying. Are you going to cave? Are you going to run? Are you going to seek shelter with someone else just because things got a little hard with me? That entrepreneurship that you wanted so long, that you dreamed of and saw only the positives, that relationship where you saw only the positives, the Bahamas, where you saw only the positives. Well, when those storms come, are you going to be there? Are you sheltered within yourself so you can help shelter me? That's what your relationship, that's what your entrepreneurship, that's what the Bahamas is asking of you. If I was to come to you right now, are you prepared to receive me? And all these times when we're at a job, when we're at school, when we're dating, 9 months with a baby in the womb, these are all your times to be prepared and get ready to receive those things. And you're not going to have all those answers. Life is going to throw some stuff at you. You packed up for all this beautiful warm weather to go to the Bahamas, but it's wet and stormy weather when you get there. What solutions are you going to find that are positive and loving and kind? These are all these things that you could do for yourself right now. All right, I'm keeping it short. This was just something that was on my mind. I wanted to plant a seed with you to think on. Something that we all face every single day. Because we're never without these things within ourselves or outside of ourselves. It's always going to be here. But this is the day that the Lord has made, and to be glad in it, no matter what it's serving up. How can you find the blessings in which you're currently facing? All right, you guys have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me on today's podcast on becoming your own VIP, mind, body, and soul. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my podcast, Becoming Your Own VIP, Mind, Body, and Soul. I'm your host, Rebecca McCants, and today I wanted to talk about the sacrifices you're willing to make. And what that really means when it comes to sacrifice, because in history, sacrifice seems to have a lot of darkness behind that word. But what I've recognized is when you ask something, and I'll give you a personal viewpoint because, of course, that's what I try to do every time I come on this podcast based off of my life experiences, what it actually means, and how it reflected in my life. So as far as sacrifice, I asked the question when I was at my lowest point. I needed help. I saw a cycle. I know I didn't want that for myself anymore. And the question was, what can I now do differently? And to do something different was to make changes. Those changes later, I recognized was almost like a sacrifice, because you're taking away things that were part of your life for a really long time. Things you held some type of value to. And those attachments to those things. And that is sacrificing those things so that you can become a better person. And again, it's just about changes. It's about expanding and stretching yourself outside of the comfortable place that you built for yourself. And within that comfort, it held a lot of things that did not serve, and which creates the cycle we're in every single day. And because we're so comfortable, we live that every single day. And we question, why is this struggle ever happening each and every single day? Why is this challenge presenting itself each and every single day? Why is it not getting better? And you may exit one area, whether that be a job, a relationship, but then you still have that same cycle. It may be even you're ready to change in a dietary fashion, and you begin and then you fall, and then you begin and then you fall, and you create a roller coaster. That's fine. That's what we see in our lives. But when you recognize it over and over again, and because you're so comfortable, you're still making the same choices over and over again, it creates the same results every single day. And, eventually those 10 years creep up on you, and you're tired of the same old. And what I've recognized is, in the end, it's about our choices that we're making. It's creating our heaven or our hell. It can free you or imprison you within the choices that we're making. Within our mind, it can be about what we're thinking we're lacking or the limitations. Or you can correct your mindset so that you're limitless and abundant. In the world, we can go out there and do for others, or we can selfishly take. You can go home at night and breathe and know all is well, or you can always be looking over your shoulder, wondering when your choices are going to catch up with you. You can live in the prison of your mind, or you can live in the prison of the system with the choices that we make. The thing that we would consider the choices that we make. What sacrifices are you going to be willing to make in order to be free? Because a lot of the things we do right now actually is what imprisons us. And that prison is what stops us from fulfilling our dreams and living abundantly. Now, even with those sacrifices that I've made, with your stretching period, there's always going to be asking you to get out of your comfort, because you're constantly growing. Life is constantly evolving you. You're never one age the rest of your life. You're growing older, and with each age, with each timeline in your life, you're learning, you're growing from your choices. You're creating behaviors, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes about all of those experiences. And through those experiences, we're to understand, we're to grow, and we're to understand the yin and the yang, what we don't like and what we do like. The thing that was lacking in our teaching also, though, is how it starts within us. What are you willing to sacrifice? Well, first, it's sacrificing the outer influences. so that you can influence yourself, so that you can listen to yourself. The outer influences that distracted me from hearing me. There's this term we all know about ruminating, overthinking, and our mind plays a lot of games and tricks on us, but yet it holds also a lot of inspiration. And we're not taught to look within ourselves for those answers. Now, miraculously, these answers do shine through at times, and we make beautiful judgments and we make beautiful calls in our life, levels up. But with each level up, you're still asked more of yourself. And those challenges for each level you acquire are going to come. And to prepare yourself is life. The choices that you make, creating your heaven or your hell. And you learn through it all. So, with each choice, again, like I said, we create a behavior, a belief, an attitude, habits, and patterns. Because we'll start young. A lot of our beliefs and patterns and traits, all these things start when we're little. So we were told something was bad. Okay? And then we built our life based off of that belief. So a lot of the beliefs we have were from our childhood. Then as we observe and grow through school, through life, whatever age, whatever stage you're in, you create beliefs, patterns, and traits. And guess what? Normally, it's all to keep you safe. It's all to keep you accepted, all to keep you loved. And there's some people be like, I don't care if I'm accepted or not. I'm going to do me. Well, when you do you, is it the yin or the yang of the choices that you're making? And is it creating your heaven or is it creating your hell? Now, I ask you to really, really think on this. Because normally, the base of what we're looking for is love, safety, peace, happiness, and joy. To love, to be loved, to be able to go out and just be. And that could be within the foundation of love, within the foundation of health, within the foundation of financial security, within the foundation of intelligence, within the foundation of social intelligence, emotional intelligence. And where are you lacking in those areas is reflected in your life when you are creating your heaven or your hell. You could be very intellectual and you can be very successful in the intellectual field, but truly lacking in love and emotions because your masculine and feminine are out of alignment. Your masculine is very dominant, so you are very much so good in all things logical, but your feminine is out of balance. So spiritual and emotional things you may not be able to connect with fully. The things that we are seeing that we're out of alignment in, that's creating negativity, that's creating fatigue, that's challenging within you, that's asking you to rise up. That's asking you to look within you. Where are your beliefs, your patterns, and your traits that have imprisoned you, that told you you're lacking, that told you you're limited? And then those things that we are in alignment with, that are going very smoothly, those we kind of find comfort in, right? So we're comfortable in those things that are going well in life. We're uncomfortable in the things that's not going well. But it's the uncomfortable part that, one, makes you unhappy, even in the part where you're actually having joy in, because that unhappiness is trying to bleed into that joy. Okay, so if you're stressed out in your finances, that's going to impact your partnership. That's going to affect your family, the food you place on your table, all these things. And if you're so focused on one area of your life, on the areas that are comfortable, the areas that then that darkness is going to overcome. So where do you find your balance? So that the dark doesn't overcome your light. So you need to reinforce your light in the areas that are good, how you can grow and nurture that, but also the areas you're weak in, educate yourself and build yourself up. And there's a lot of ways that, people can obtain what they feel makes them happy, riches, all these things. Is it aligned with the light or is it aligned with the dark? Are you building your soul up so that you're nourishing it and nourishing others? Or are you making choices that are building the darkness within? Whether that's because someone did something to you and now you feel you need to do that to others, or that's just the way the world is, so I'm just going to do this, living in spite and resentment and building up all these things. You're creating your own heaven or your own hell. And, while you're acquiring those things in your darkness, at some point it's going to collapse on you because you built your foundation on unsolid ground. There's nothing else to support you, to lift you up, to be there for you. It could be taken away at any point in time because you're giving your power away. To uplift yourself, to empower yourself and be in a position where you can give to others, being a lender, not a borrower, to stay in alignment with those things that help build you up and not tear you down, that educates you, that provides you more skills, that opens you up to other people's perspectives and see where other people are coming from, that they're not necessarily wrong, they're not necessarily right, but this is what their life has taught them. And guess what? They may really be able to teach you something too, because your life and what your life has taught you is different from that other person. The same as if you went to school. You went to school because somebody else's perspective and teachings is now being shared to you. And then you're listening to that perspective and you're applying it to your life. Even when you go to a job and they do on-the-job training, they teach you how to put your mayo on this side of the bun and your tomato on this side of the bun. They teach you the system. But as you go, you find, hey, you know what? I see that I could apply this mayo and tomato on this side of the bun and it works just fine. And you keep going. And guess what? It's not hurting anyone. Not at all. But you found your path. What is in alignment with you, what resonates within you, within your soul, that doesn't hurt anybody. You can still give, you keep going and go. And that was something simple. I'm just sorry, y'all. I didn't want to go too deep with the mayo and tomato. But I just wanted to give you an image that we're all taught something and then we go forward and do it our own way. You know, we customize it, we personalize it. But that's because you're your own unique, beautiful you. And that other person is their own unique, beautiful them. And their faults, their perspectives, their whatever you feel that is about them, that's because of their life that you've never walked in. And when we build relationships, we build that relationship and then we want to change those things. But it's not about you changing anything. It's about you focusing on you and allowing them to focus on them. You growing together And again, when I say relationships, this has nothing to do with necessarily a partnership. It could be your friends. It could be a family. You are in a relationship. It could be a plant. It could be a dog. It could be your work. It's a relationship. You're building a relationship with your finances and building a relationship with absolutely everything. But you're the only key component to all of those things. And if something is going wrong in any of those areas, it's about you. You as the foundation. What choices are you making to create your heaven or hell? The yin and the yang of your life. And it starts within your thought processes. What boards can I now tear down within my thought processes that are toxic and are no longer helping and serving me? What areas have I found comfort in and I'm not willing to stretch in, but that's what's asking me to grow right now? And it hurts. It's not comfortable at all. I don't like it. I am cranky right now because I'm tired. Because, I've tried it my way and it's just not working. But did you try the easy way? Or did you try the way that actually might require some work, some effort? The easy way in life is not always the best way of life. It's easy for you, but it's kind of like, again, when I say building a foundation, let's really actually look at what it means to build a house. Would you buy a house that was made the easy way? Or would you want it to be built by someone that actually followed and did the work to make sure the insulation, the foundations, the measurements, everything that was required to put into that foundation was done? Or do you want somebody just quick fix it? And then in a year or 2 years, it just falls down. The easy way is usually the easy fix. And I'm not going to knock the easy way. You might need the easy fix depending on how many things you're trying to repair right now, so that you can stay grounded enough to get up. Because we fell down. Our foundation fell down. That's a lot to rebuild. And yes, you might pop that board up real quick with a quick fix because you just found an avenue that allows finances. Let's say, I need this 9 to 5, but my dream is this, but my boards had fell. I'm down on the ground. I'm getting back up. Quick fix, 9 to 5. It's something that is in alignment. It's allowing me to take care of my job, so that one thing in my area is good for at least a year. And you don't know that because you don't know. But it's something that you can now not worry about and focus your energy onto the other boards. Okay? Whether that's your study and educating yourself so that you can now build more solid foundations in other areas of your relationships. Okay? The choices we make create our heaven or hell. And I'll give you a personal story too. It's like one of those things where one day I made a choice that really could have altered my life. And you could tell a lie or you could tell the truth. I chose to tell the truth. And that was hard. Okay? The situation was hard no matter what. What I'm asking of you guys is to recognize what choices you're currently making. And I'll bring up more stories and go from there as we go. But I hope this planted a seed in you on this day. And I thank you for joining me. Have a good day.